Mr. Minnick giving quick help to my Visual Basic students with random number worksheet number 2. Hopefully you've watched the video for random number worksheet number 1 by now, because that would help. And you probably read the lecture notes for random numbers. Well, here is a handy-dandy formula that everybody should memorize in this class. There will be a quiz on this formula eventually, and it will be a test question eventually. If you want to create a program that rolls a dice, a 6-sided dice, so you want your program to come up with a number between 1 and 6, and you want the computer to do that randomly, here's what you would do. You would plug in high of 6. Whoops, sorry about that. You would plug in the highest possible roll for the variable named high, and the lowest number that you can get on a dice roll is a 1, so you'd plug that in for my variable low. I know I misspelled the word low. I did it on purpose. Okay, so this is the formula. Oh, the low also you would plug in a 1 here. Gee whiz, this is easy. So the answer to number 1, where we want a random number between 1 and 6, would simply be math.floor, parentheses R&D, which stands for random, times, well, let's simplify this. 6 minus 1 plus 1. 6 plus low plus 1. There's your answer for number 1. Do not, on this worksheet, fill in the answer here of, don't put 6 minus 1 plus 1 in this blank. I want you to simplify it to the simplest it can be, which the minus 1 and the plus 1 cancel out, as you just noticed. So this is code that you would type into a Visual Basic program somewhere, like in a button click. You would type that code, and some number would be stored in the variable num that you dimmed higher up in the program. And then you could, like in a message box, show that dice roll. Okay, let's do number 10. Number two. Here we have this imaginary dice that has 10 sides on it. We want a random number between 1 and 10. There are board games that come with non-traditional 6-sided dice. I used to play Dungeons and Dragons in the 1980s. We had different sided dice, and there are still games today. So let's pretend that this is the situation that you have in a future project here in this course. Well, what do we plug? Oh, I have to erase my scratch work here. What do we plug in for high, Caroline? Very good. Dom, you're up next. So we plug the 10 in for high. And what do we plug in for low for exercise 2? 1, she said. Very good. So plug a 1 in there and there. And now you simplify what's in these inner parentheses here, 10 minus 1 plus 1. Duh. It's just a 10. And the plus 1 is here. So far, so good. But we're getting trickier. Now we're up to number 3. Erasing my scratch work from a previous problem. Soon you'll have that memorized. That formula, you'll have it memorized. Yeah. You'll be the only person who lives in your neighborhood, unless you live next to a classmate, that probably knows this secret formula for any game programmer has this formula memorized. Okay, let's say that you had this crazy situation in a game where a player needed to generate a random number between 6 and 15. I don't know, like in some John Madden 2015 football, where Peyton Manning is always guaranteed to complete a pass for something between 6 yards and 15 yards. And that's just the random number range that you want. Okay, what's high, Bryce? What's the high, what we plug in for high in this exercise?
15.
You got it, 15, because that's the higher number. And Colin, what's low? Too late, 6.
I was going to say that.
Okay, he was going to say that, supposedly. So this is low, and this is high. And, okay, Colin, this is double or nothing here. What's 15 minus 6 plus 1?
I have my paper.
You got it. 10 is correct. And plus 6 is the low, so that's your answer for number 3. Trust me, if you plug this code into Visual Basic, it always generates numbers between 6 and 15, because it's all hinging on this formula that if you read the lecture notes, it just works. Now let's do a real tricky one. Number 4. We've got negative numbers to deal with now. Now I have this memorized. So I'm just going to write down here high minus low plus 1, because without scrolling up, that's what we have. And tell me, Dylan, what is high in problem number 4? 4, correct, because that is the higher number. And Ben, what is low? Now let's be careful here. Let's simplify this. John, what is 4 minus negative 5 plus 1? Wow, that was fast. Yes, 10. Very good, because that's 4 plus positive. 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Very good. And the low is just whatever number low was, which one of those guys said it was negative 5. Which, if you want to rewrite this as minus 5 instead of plus negative 5, that's fine. But my worksheet had a plus there, so just plus 5. Very weird. Oh, plus negative 5. I'm sorry, I wrote it wrong incorrectly. So that should have been plus negative 5, which would work in Visual Basic if you wrote it that way. Good question coming from Leah.
When you put the two numbers that are like over there, when you add them up, are they always one larger than the largest number?
Gee whiz. That might be a pattern that after teaching this for 15 years, I just never noticed.
It's like 16 is one later bigger than 15. Negative or positive 5 is one greater than 4.
That might be a pattern. I'm not going to weigh in on that until we do some more problems. That might be it. That might be. I'm limited on time here. I don't want this video to be too long. The rest of you at home, please think about that. There will be patterns found here. Okay, number 5. Low is 0 and high is 6. You do the rest of the work. I'm not doing all of this for you. Number 6. Which is the high here?
-2.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but the negative number is the higher number there. Negative 2 is the higher number. Negative 10 would be low. Number 7. Obviously, 150 is high, 50 is low. Number 8. See my lecture notes. I think I explained that there, but by the way, 2 is high and low is 1. But see the lecture notes for more explanation. And number 9, I think the answer is right in the lecture notes. Good luck with number 9. This worksheet is due tomorrow. Thank you for your attention.